Okay, good morning, good evening, good afternoon, everyone. Welcome. So hope things are going well. This bright and sunny afternoon here in West Virginia, and still snowy. Kind of looks cheerful, I don't know. All right, so today we're going to be enjoying the restorative supported backbending practice. So I would like to repeat that now you have a moment to go gather the props if you want. If you have a bolster or a couple of pillows instead of a bolster, and then maybe one or two blankets, and maybe two blocks if you have them. Books will do instead of blocks. And I wanted to, while maybe you're gathering the props and getting ready, I would like to say a couple of words about the backbends. And many of you are already familiar with them, and you know if you like them or not. I personally absolutely love backbends. And here is the thing about backbends. So there are many benefits to backbends. And let's say one of them is countering the forward rounding tendencies, because obviously we all do stuff in front of us. So that creates the roundness in the back and the shoulders pull forward. So, and if we do that all our lives, you can imagine what happens. So that's one of the benefits. So that counters, that stretches the chest, and also pulls the spine out of that forward rounding position, right? Okay, then it also aids in spine mobility, and we also heard the saying that we're only as young as the spine is healthy and mobile. It also, the backbends also energize by stimulating the sympathetic nervous system, by putting pressure on the chest and on the adrenal glands. Also, the backbends may increase the immunity of the body by stimulating the lymphatic system, and partially by stimulating the thymus gland right here. It also stretches the abdominals, which we all like to strengthen, right? And stretching is part of strengthening. And it also, the backbends also train the body to remain calm under stress. So those are just a few of the benefits of backbending. So let's warm up a little bit before we go into our supported backbends. So take your child's pose, please. Take your knees apart, arms extend over the head, and the head rests on something, on the mat, on the floor, or you can support your head on a block, on a blanket. So relax into your child's. And we're going to use this to prepare the body and the breath as well. So relax into your child's pose. Buttocks on the heels, arms stretched over the head. And whatever feels better for you today, you can lift the elbows off the floor, or you can relax your arms completely, but they're still stretched over the head, right? Okay, and then find your breath. And notice your breath, notice the quality of your breath right now without judging. And then when you feel you're ready, you can let your breath start to deepen and slow down. And once that is happening, take a few deep, slow breaths, breathing through the nose. You can also choose to exhale. Take a couple of exhalations through the mouth to help your body and your nervous system settle. On your next inhalation, lift the head slightly and walk your hands over to the left. So you're folded over your left knee and breathing into the stretch on your right side. Now lift the head once again, walk the hands over to the other side. And breathe into the stretch on your left side. Lift the head, walk the hands to center. And now take your left hand towards the center of the mat, thread your right arm underneath the left. Bring the right shoulder and the right side of the head down to the mat, creating a gentle twist in the spine here. Breathe. Come back to center and change sides. And back to center. And now let's come to all fours for a few cat-cow warm-up movements. So inhaling, arching the back, exhaling, rounding the back, and feel free to move here in the way that your body needs this morning, in the way that feels good. So once again, feel free to do whatever your body needs here, moving in any way, but do pay attention to your breath, please. Try to time your movements with the breath. That will prepare the nervous system. Okay, and come to neutral in your tabletop, please. So neutral spine. And let's exhale, round the back, push back into child's pose. Inhale, arch the back, come up to all fours. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back into downward facing dog. Inhale, knees down, arch the back, lift the chin. Exhale, push back into child. Inhale, come stand up on your knees, reach up. Exhale, fold into child again. And let's do this one more time. Inhale, come up to tabletop, arch the back. Exhale, tuck the toes, push back into child's pose. Downward dog. Inhale, knees down, arch the back, lift the chin. Exhale, child's. Inhale, come up, stand on the knees. Let's remain standing on the knees. Bring the arms down. Place your hands on your sacrum. Now pull the elbows toward each other in the back. Push the hips forward. Let's take a couple of breaths here in a gentle back bend here. Good. And release. All right, so let's start setting up our first restorative back bend. So grab your blanket and roll it up into a bolster. Okay, and then you're gonna lay your back on this rolled up blanket so your shoulders, the backs of the shoulders, rest on the floor. Like this. So find where it feels really good for you along your back, but a little bit higher up the back, not at the lower back, okay? And then find, relax your arms wherever, over the head, you can place your hands on your rib cage. So the knees are bent, just like this, okay? So stay in this position. We're gonna stay here for about 2 minutes. So relax, close your eyes, and breathe. 2 minutes here. Relax your eyes, relax your jaw. Breathe deeply and slowly. And now, if it works for you, extend one leg. Staying here with one leg extended a little bit longer. And now change legs, bend that first side knee and then extend the other. And now extend both legs. And now bend both knees and roll over to one side. Just pause there for a moment. Take a couple of breaths on your side. Good, and then come up, push yourself up to a seated pose. We'll set up for the next one. So the next one is going to be a supported bridge. So most of you here are quite experienced in your yoga practice, so you probably know what height works for you, what height you prefer for under your lower back in supported bridge. So you can still use your rolled up blanket, or another good way of doing it is maybe grab your block and then cover it with a blanket just so it's a little bit softer and nicer for your lower back, okay? So this will go your support, or maybe you have a large bolster for your lower back too, which is also great. Okay, so then we're gonna lie down so your support is under your lower back. Your feet are about hip distance apart and your knees about hip distance apart, which is about this much, the anatomical hip distance, remember? Okay, so take your time making yourself comfortable, and then again, wherever you want to place your arms, and then release the weight of the body into the support. Close your eyes. And we're staying in bridge for about 3 minutes. Again, find your breath here. Just keep coming back to your breath. Keep coming back to your breath. Remember that we're also exercising the mind here. So try to not let your mind run far, far away. All right. And now mindfully and carefully roll over to one side. You might want to push that support out from underneath you. Roll over to one side and pull the knees into the chest. Round the back a little bit here. Take a few breaths. Good. And then push yourself up to seated, please, to set up the next one. All right, for this next one, you're gonna need a long bolster so it supports the whole length of your spine. So if you have one of these Mexican blankets, right, fold it in four, and then roll up along the long side. So it's a long, kind of lean sausage thing here, right? Okay. So, and then you will sit with the edge of your bolster right next to your lower back. You're not sitting on it. So you will lie down so your spine is fully supported, and then create a slight elevation for your head. You can maybe roll the end of the blanket, tuck it under, or you can grab your block and place it underneath the blanket like this, right? And now extend both legs away from you and pigeon toe your feet a little bit. So we want to create this internal rotation of the thighs here. So like this. And we're gonna stay here for another minute or so. And now relax your legs, bend the knees, and roll over to one side, push up to seated. Okay, and then now we're gonna need a bolster for the mid back. Again, this can be higher or lower, whatever works for you. So position your bolster, whatever you're using, across your mat, and then you're gonna lie down on your bolster with the bolster will be at your waist, okay? And for this one, I suggest have some support under your head and neck. If you have another blanket or maybe a small cushion, just as long as it's not too big. So this, your bolster is at the waist, then the head and the neck are supported, and the knees are bent. Again, you can stack your hands on your body. You can bring the arms over the head, whatever feels good, right here. All right, so hopefully you found your position here. And just relax and breathe. Now to come out of this position, move your bolster that's underneath your back towards your feet. You just do what you need to do here. Maybe if you want to make it a little bit higher, you can, right? And then place your feet on that support and cross your right ankle over the left. And now change the cross of the ankles, left ankle on top now. Take a few deep, slow breaths. uncross your ankles and pull the knees into the chest. You can press the knees into the chest. You can relax your legs, let the knees come out to the sides, whatever is more comfortable for you to release all that. You can also rock gently side to side. Okay, and then let's roll over to one side, come up to seated, and set up for the next one. Okay, so here is where we want to really elevate the legs. So position yourself, please, so you can put your legs either on the chair, on the couch, on the wall. If none of that is available, maybe you can build up something to support your feet. Just the objective here is for the legs to be elevated quite a bit. And also, this is a really good idea. So if possible, take one of your blankets and put it not like a bolster, but open it up so just so it creates some softness and it's really nice and cozy for your lower back. Okay. So if you're using a chair, it's a good idea to have all four legs of the chair on the mat so it doesn't slide. And then so if you have a chair, bring your lower legs onto the chair like that. Or you can bring your feet up the wall with a blanket under your lower back, and your legs can be at any angle. You can have your butt right next to the wall if that's comfortable, or a little bit away from the wall, depending on how your body is. And we're staying here for about 5 minutes. And to come out of the pose, bring your knees into the chest and roll over to one side. Just pause there for a moment. And then do whatever you need to do to clear your space for the supine spine twist. So grab a blanket, a folded blanket, or a pillow. So have your blanket to your right side. The knees are bent, and then lower the knees to one side. If needed, you can place a support under your right knee, and then take your blanket or your pillow and place it in between the thighs. And then see if you can lower the left shoulder down. So your upper back and shoulders are on the floor. And you can have your head either neutral, or if it works for you, you can turn the head to the left. And then relax into your spinal twist. Bring your knees to center. Just take a breath here in the center. And then when you're ready, adjusting as needed. Bring your knees to the other side. Bring all the support that you need with you. Relax the abdominals. Let your belly slightly move in and out with the breath. Relax the shoulders and the arms. And roll onto the back. Bring the knees up. Now your back is flat on the mat. The knees are bent. Just a moment here. And now hug the knees into the chest. And again, the suggestion here is you can stay right here. You can let your knees come out to the sides. You can take your happy baby. Or maybe even rocking side to side, a little bit of a back massage here. Maybe small circles with the knees. If you choose the circles, make sure you do the same number of repetitions to each side, just a few. Good. And then just take whatever position that works for you here to release the lower back. And either stay here, or you can choose to lift the shoulders and the head, reach the nose to the knees. And then lower down. And find your Shavasana, please. If support under the knees sounds like a good idea, please do so. Any kind of bolster or your blocks under your knees. But we still want to be in Shavasana, so bend your knees if you need to. So take your time. And also some support under the head and neck is fine. Close your eyes. Now, adjust wherever needed. You can move the shoulder blades a little bit, move the arms, maybe wiggle your fingers and toes. Maybe gently rock your head side to side. And then start moving towards stillness. Please stay in Shavasana. Just a reminder, we want to set an intention of moving towards the energetic stillness. It does not move complete physiological stillness, because the processes are still going on. There's still a lot of movement in the body, but we intend to become still. Now release the weight of the body into the ground. Feel the points of contact with the floor. And let your body rest. Let your body melt into the ground. Soften the front of the body. Relax your chest, relax the rib cage. Relax the abdominals. Your eyes are closed. And soften the face. Maybe even bring a little bit of a smile to your lips. Relax the forehead and the eyes. And now become aware of the movement of the breath in the nostrils. Noticing how it feels to inhale, how it feels to exhale. Notice how the inhalation feels like it has a little bit more impact, just due to the difference in the temperature. And now move your awareness to the crown of the head. Take an inhalation, keeping your awareness at the crown of the head. And then on the exhalation, move your breath to the pelvic floor, like along the spine, through the pelvis, the hips, at the pelvic floor, the exhalation ends. And then inhaling at the pelvic floor and moving the inhalation up along the body to the crown of the head. So keep moving your breath like this a few times. Continue just a couple more breaths like that. Face is relaxed, jaw relaxed. And now with your next inhalation, bring your awareness to the center forehead. And this is just the general area. It's not on the surface of the skin. That point that we call center forehead is in that general area. It does not have a physical embodiment, actually. It's an energetic thing. So bring your awareness to the center forehead. And now you're going to move the breath between the nostrils and the center forehead. So next time you exhale, start exhaling at center forehead and then the inner corners of the eyes and then the nostrils. And then inhaling at the nostrils and then the inner corners of the eyes and center forehead. So move your breath in between those 2 points a few times. Continue moving your breath in between these points. And now I invite you to add the mantra. So as you inhale, you are saying silently to yourself, so. And then on the exhalation, hum. So. Hum. And now let go of any effort and just breathe. In a few moments, we're going to start to come out of the relaxation. Bring your awareness back to the breath. Now take a few deeper breaths. Think of your inhalation as energizing and nourishing, and your exhalation as cleansing and relaxing. And then whenever you're ready, you can start your small movements or whatever you like to do to bring yourself back to awareness, to wake yourself up. Maybe wiggling your fingers and toes, maybe rolling your ankles and wrists a few times. Maybe the head gently turns side to side. And then before you come up to a comfortable seated position, roll over to one side. Just linger there for a moment. Just savoring the effects of the practice. Gently Bringing yourself back into the world, back into awareness. And I will meet you in a comfortable seated position when you're ready. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Namaste.